to another video episode from the Veg Grower Podcast. I didn't do a video last week because I was so busy with work and various things, but I've got a few things I want to show you today. At the moment, as you can see, I've just set myself up for this quick job. I'm extracting more potatoes from this potato bag. I think the bag's seen better days, it's falling apart. I'll set myself up. I think that might be the end of the life for that bag, but we shall see. Anyway, while I crack on and do this, I'm going to show you something I noticed last week and again this week with potatoes. I'm going to do that now. You carry on and I'll come back in a bit. Right, just going to zoom in because that is the first signs of blight on these tomatoes. So that's not a good start, but all the rest do look quite good. These tomatoes are a mix of Moneymaker and Crimson Crush. So what I'm going to have to do is cut away the damaged stuff and hope for the best, really. Otherwise, I mean, blight hasn't been too bad this year so far, although we're only August, end of August, so I generally get it around September, October time, so we'll see what happens anyway. But anyway, for now, I'm going to cut that out and crack on. Okay, so that video I just shown you was about a week ago. I cut away the blighted bits I could see at the time, and as you can see, it hasn't actually spread that badly. I'm trying to get this all on camera for you. There's a few bits that have got a bit more blight on it, so I'm going to cut those away again, but for the most part they seem to be coping quite well, which I'm quite pleased about. Unfortunately, I'll try to zoom over to one of my neighbours. Hopefully I can get that for you guys. Just over there. All that is tomatoes that are infected with blight, sorry. That's quite a bad infection, so I've escaped it quite well. Welcome back. As you can see, I've sorted the blight out and cut away again, but considering how quickly blight normally goes through, I was expecting all that lot to go within a week, so yeah, I'm quite pleased with that, really. It's not too bad. I've harvested some of the potatoes, as I saw at the beginning of this episode. These were the ones, the bag you saw me doing, the Casablancas, just over a pound in there. And they're decent looking potatoes. They're not going to win me any competitions if I enter competitions, but I don't do that anyway, so it's neither here nor there. But yeah, just over a pound, not a huge amount. I'm quite happy with that, really. I then decided I'd do the Aaron Pilots, which are these ones. No, sorry, they're the Home Guards, not the Aaron Pilots, the Home Guards, which are these ones. Just under a pound on those, so a little bit less than the last loads. They normally do really well, the Home Guards, so I don't quite know why they haven't done so well this year. Normally one of my favourites that I do, but again, they're decent potatoes. You know, they're a bit on the small side, but they do fine. Now these are the Aaron Pilots. It's exactly a pound on those, so not too bad. They're not a bad size again. They do us. Not the biggest, but so I'm not interested in really entering competitions, so it doesn't really float my boat. Let me just pick some of the running a couple of carrots. Again, not the best, but they'll do. That tomato was ready. And then a few raspberries from the canes, which are just over there. So that's not too bad. Yeah. What I found when we were digging the bags up, I said in previous one, I've just done it in horse manure. The horse manure, well rotted down, but it's still very damp, or quite damp. So it's withheld its moisture quite well. But the potatoes haven't been brilliant, if I'm honest. So they'll do. Okay, I'm going to head on home now because it looks like it's starting to rain. So join me at home. Right, okay, I'm just going to take you on a tour of everything growing at home. These are obviously the herbs I have outside the kitchen, but I discussed in the podcast that, if I zoom in on that one, the lack of water in hot weather is kind of died back, so I'm going to have to put lots of water again into all these over the next few weeks. These raspberry canes are starting to grow and get ready for next year, so soon they'll be cutting back. But what I really wanted to show you is this elderberry tree. The light's a bit wrong, but basically elderberries are growing on that. Let's see if I can get it. There we go, that's better. I'll zoom in and focus. Oh yeah, I can't get it to focus. There you go. You see, elderberries are growing on that quite nicely. Soon I'll be making elderberry jam. Now the jungle that I call the greenhouse, as you can see, it's been blasted with blight. So gotta get in here, harvest any tomatoes, cut away any of the bad stuff, and be done with it. I'd be glad to actually get in there and get some space going again actually. Okay. The raspberries have grown actually really well there. Here they come. Anyway, more on that later. So these are the boxes of the saffron I showed you a video a few weeks ago. That's how many I ended up doing. Got a few in the ground, a few bulbs in the ground down the allotment, and gave a few away. All these plants here are also destined for the allotment once I finally get round to them. And these plants are fruit bushes that here. In particular I wanted to note is the blueberries. Growing fantastically well, getting quite a few fruits out of them, as you'll see. Okay, so let's go into the actual veg patch. So hello bear and grills. My salad leaves, they're all doing really well. Spinach, salad, basil, so on. Some of these sunflowers, they're doing great. Some are starting to die back, but I want those for the seeds, so quite happy with that. Some of these outdoor tomatoes, the Crimson Crush. As you can see, there's a few tomatoes popping up on those. That's the courgettes, they're doing okay. This is where I've put the chard. Put those in, give them a good watering later, but as you can see they're ready. Chilli plant. The cages around it stop the chickens eating the leaves, because believe it or not they do. Some pumpkins and cucumbers, also doing quite well. Followed by that cabbage, that'll be ready harvesting soon. Okay, so that's it for this week. I'm going to leave you with this image. Just say a lot of this I've discussed on the podcast. So if you want any more information, go ahead to my podcast at veggroundpodcast.co.uk, and I'll speak to you again on the next one.